Dear Unipartners, rather than send you a boring email today, I would like to give you a pre-vacation update by video. I hope you will like this format. There are three key topics I want to cover today. Firstly, I want to comment on the group results which you received from Pascal. I think that we can all agree that these results make for an uncomfortable reading. We must not shy away from hard facts. At 2.3 million, our year-to-date operating profit is about 40% below budget. This is cause for concern. We must restore that line to an acceptable level during the remainder of the year. The result on our proprietary portfolio of investments is negative as of May. But this should not overly alarm you, as it is likely to be just a temporary blip. June is positive and the year is not finished yet. Also, I note that the Nostro has had only 4 down years in the last 27 years, and that in the last 15 years it has generated no less than 140 million of Swiss francs of gains. But I also want to put some context around the cost-income ratio. The group results show a rolling cost-income ratio at the end of May of 104%. In my view, this figure does not make sense, given that it sets today's rolling revenue of 68 million against budget cost of 71 million, rather than against today's rolling costs of 68 million. So if we set rolling revenues against rolling costs, we have a cost-income ratio of 100%. This is more correct in my view, but it is still unacceptable. 100% is a red line we cannot cross. Having said that, we can expect this ratio to improve to about 90% by the end of the year. It will still be mediocre, but given the difficult situations we are for the moment, it provides us with some sort of buffer. Why am I convinced that we will get there? Firstly, because we will raise capital in private equity between now and the end of the year. While fundraising has been challenging in the first part of the year, and there is a risk we might not reach 1.3 billion of inflows as per budget, there is a good opportunity for us to raise at least 750 million. Secondly, because although we are not in a massive cost-cutting exercise, we will continue to cut costs which are not productive enough. We must double efforts to reduce complexity and chase inefficiencies. We still produce too many, too long internal reports and analysis. Minds must shift from reporting to making an impact. We still have too many inefficiencies and complexities. This keeps a lot of people busy, but it is costly and demotivating. And we still tend to discuss for too long and execute too slowly. Not everyone has understood how urgent it is to change. The level of engagement of ownership is not everywhere what it should be. So, if we tackle all of the above, if we raise capital in private equity, if our equities business doesn't lose further ground, if our multi-asset and wealth management proposition develops, we will be on the right tracks. As I said in the May info meeting to the entire team, we are not nosediving to the ground, but we're in a zone of turbulence, and we must hold on together, roll up our sleeves, and trust in our collective ability to weather the storm. As a second topic, I want to remind you that we are on the attack, not on the defense. What does this concretely mean? First, a little state of the business. Private equity is solid. Of course, it has its own challenges. Fundraising, as mentioned, has been slow in the first part of the year, but the high number of meetings with prospects indicates that the interest of investors for our funds is still intact. The erosion of AUMs in equities has slowed down. That is good news, but it's not enough. We have a lot of trump cards in our game, team, processes, brand name, clients. But to address better the expectations of our clients, Alexei and his team must revitalize the business and live up to the active part of our active quant management style. This is something which has started. Multi-asset and wealth management are gearing up for growth. Our ambition is to become a go-to destination for independent wealth management in Switzerland. To support this ambition, we have just hired Dieter Enkelmann as an advisor. Dieter is a former CFO of Julius Baer. So where do we go from here? Of course, short term, we know what we have to do. We need to work hard to get private equity assets through the door before the year end. We must fight hard for equities and put our business back on a growth track. And we must unroll our development plan for wealth management. But beyond that, there are a number of different routes we can take. We can go alone, but we can also back ourselves on a partner who would seed our funds, distribute them widely, or even help us consolidate the market. We would like such a partner to replace certain of our minority shareholders. As you are aware, we are actively exploring this route. Contacts have been made and continue to be made with diverse organizations. We're at an early stage in this process, but I can assure you that there is considerable interest from potential partners. We have to be very careful to only enter into such a partnership if we are 100% convinced that it will add strategic value and allow us to unlock our full potential. So, to borrow the words of the Swiss federal government during the COVID crisis, we will go as quickly as possible and as slowly as necessary. For the moment, Regis leads corporate projects, such as this one, on top of his deputy CEO role. As from October, it will become his full-time role. I may have more concrete news by the Unipartners meeting in September, but I may also have no concrete news by then. So, as I said in the May info meeting, don't hold your breath and convince yourself that the solution to our return to full health will not come from the outside, but it will come from the inside. It will come from us. As a last topic, I want to give you information on our September Unipartners meeting. There will be a different format this year. It will last just one afternoon. There will be a mix of presentations and discussions, followed by a dinner together. I hope you like the format of this update. I wish you happy vacations. I will be myself on vacations next week, as well as in the last 10 days of August. I look forward to being on the attack with you over the coming weeks and as we gear up for achieving our goals for the remainder of the year.